Well, the Suicide Boys have done it. They spent 24 hours with Billboard, who went out to talk to them. It looks like an interview. Suicide Boys want to save 100,000 souls in their lifetime is the title of this video. It is 19 minutes long, but you know me, I'm never going to shy away from anything from the boys. Tom Stevens, your resident psychotherapist from Reaction Therapy, and I am putting my name in the hat for the next interview like this. Can I spend 24 hours with the boys? Can I survive 24 hours with the boys? Without further ado, it is Ruby, it is Scrim, and I want that t-shirt. I can't wear it with the guns, Scrim. I got nothing. I got nothing on the arms here to be able to, like, I'd probably need sleeves. But survivor's guilt, OMG. Let's watch what they got to say, shall we?
I'm Ruby the Cherry.
I'm Scrum.
We're Suicide Boys.
Come spend 24 hours with us in New Orleans.
Yep. Oh, dude, just check out the new Ruby. Man, I am loving the new Ruby. And I hope I get to tell him that in person. That's not anything. I feel like Ruby is super intelligent and has a lot of perspective. And so as he comes around to believing something or to knowing something, he just stands up for it. And Scrim is just so transparent. Like, he puts himself out there. And so he is a guy that doesn't put himself above anybody. He's relatable to everybody and is just such a down-to-earth guy. These two guys, just love them. Let's go. Boy, Louisiana.
Where do you guys have us today?
This is my parents' crib. This is where it all started. That's the studio.
Hey, Lacombe, straight out Lacombe. That is a shack I want to go see. I'm not going to stop this thing the whole way, but I got to go see that original shack where this stuff all started, because that's the one. He said it before. It's like painted and padded and stuff like that there on the door. What is that on the door on the inside? It's like the outside of a door on the inside. And you have to love the blow-up pool on the side of the driveway there. This is awesome. Man, an inside look at Scram and Ruby's life.
Where do you guys have us today?
This is my parents' crib. This is where it all started. That's the studio, aka the shed.
Can you tell me a little bit about starting here? What was the original setup like?
The futon was right here. That was his computer station right there.
We had a glittery chair that isn't here anymore, but it was really cute.
We had black lights in here and shit. I've been in here in years, bro.
I know.
I can't believe he got the AC put in here and everything.
Look, still got the...
Do you see the reminiscent of Ruby? Like, this is what we call, when we talk about trauma, this is trauma, but when we talk about trauma, whenever you get a sight, a sound, a smell, a touch, taste of something that brings you back to when you had something happen, it brings you back to the moment. It's almost like he was back in the day, hadn't been there in a long time, and it's flooding back all the memories of things.
I know.
I can't believe he got the AC put in here and everything.
Look, still got the
AC.
email list.
No shit.
That was my email list when I was just producing, and I would just spam beats.
Still
to
there,
everybody's
y'all.
email, you know?
This was originally a hair studio that his mom would cut hair and dye hair and stuff, and then we took it over and made it a studio.
Amazing.
Started out DJing when I was like 12.
You want it bad enough, you do whatever you can.
I got into producing.
I guess when I was like 7, I played violin. My mom signed me up for lessons, and then
I remember that.
I hated that, and I quit. And then I picked up
Violin,
marching, snare, and then the drum kit. And I guess I started taking it seriously when I was like 14. We linked up in like 2013, and the rest is history.
When did you decide to give it a name? And
can you believe that? Like, when you really put it in perspective, 2013 is when they kind of linked up. Is that true? Like, that's when everything just started? Because that was literally 12 years ago. The skyrocketing growth in a small period of time for them is phenomenal. Like, I'm trying to think back. Like they've known each other their whole life, right? Because of being cousins. But was that really when everything just started? That's phenomenal, this short period of time.
How did you come to the name Suicide Boys?
It's like a famous story now, but we were going to give ourselves till 30 years old. Yeah. And if we didn't make anything crack off by then, we were going to kill ourselves. We cut our hands and shook our hands and made a blood oath that that's what we're going to do. And I'm 35 now. He's 36, so obviously.
So we made it. He spent a lot of time working jobs, be it the pizza kitchen at Russell's. I put my time in.
Working tile down.
Yeah, working jobs, laying tile, bunch of odd end jobs, doing fucking roofing.
Even like doing studio sessions for like $100 a pop, just something.
If this didn't work, like and I'm not knocking anybody that takes pride in it. I come from a working class family, so to see, but like, so not knocking that at all, but we just couldn't see ourselves doing that for the rest of our lives.
To be honest, you know, this was something that I was pursuing since I was like 14 years old. And as soon as one band broke up, I'd start another band. And I always kind of knew it would happen. I just didn't know how or when. I would argue that if, you know, everything happens for a reason. Everything has its place for a reason.
Well, it just, to me, it just shows how amazing it is that we've made it to this point. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It could have imploded on itself several times.
They weren't supposed to make it. When you look at it on paper, they weren't supposed to make it. And a lot of people don't. Like, it's that hard. If it was that easy, everybody'd be doing it. It's that hard. You have to grind. You have to work. You have to want. You don't even have to just be good at something. You have to endure. You learn a lot more. I tell people all the time, you learn a lot more through failure than you do success. You learn a lot more through losing than you do winning. If you allow yourself to, it's the only way people become super successful is through failure. It's through losing. It's through learning the lessons and adapting and growing. And they got a great story here. It's so sad to think, okay, by 30, if we don't do this, we're that serious. We're going to cut our hands and shake on it. Like they were for real. Like this life is not worth living unless we can do something with it. God is good, man. I tell you, there's amazing. When I talk to people about ending their lives, I always tell them, you know, I've heard me say this. There is somebody in this world you have yet to meet that you are going to make a difference in their life. But if you're not here, you can't make that difference in their life, which can help them go on and make a difference in somebody else's life. So if you stop being here, the people that you are supposed to connect with and help and be there for and change, you can't do it unless you're here. And they are a perfect example of that. And just, we're not supposed to be here, but we are. And we stuck with it and we didn't quit. They were close to it, but they didn't.
I don't think if we would have gotten clean and shit, it definitely would have imploded by now.
We would have been dead.
That's the key.
Yeah. I mean, you talk about the dysfunction, but we would have been dead.
Yeah, fair enough.
No, I got the vendetta. Up the letter, suicidal pen letters. Gone and roll the credits.
So the first year, we didn't know any better, and this is how shit used to happen. But
this is just how we thought it wored.
Yeah, for the first year, we printed out a bunch of
500
on CD.
We had 500 CDs,
and we went around to gas stations to LSU and handed them out. And long story short, downtown nowhere. And then one day,
we would walk 10 feet and see every CD we just handed out on the
floor.
I had a list of like maybe over 1,000 hip-hop blogs that I had accumulated, and we sat there for like a week straight just emailing every
old school
blog that was on this list. We sent out like over 1,000 emails.
From numbers to A to Z.
Yeah. We maybe got 2 write-ups from that out of 1,000. Remember the dude, James, told us that you're going to do it everywhere else first, and then your hometown will fuck with you last because it's your hometown and they know you and they know people that know you. And
we just weren't familiar with the new underground SoundCloud thing that was going on. We were doing things totally like in an ancient kind of way.
I don't think we knew what the fuck we were doing back then. We were trying to make all sorts of different stuff at once, and it just wasn't. It was too all over the place.
But then your boy gave us that piece of information. That's when everything changed.
That's when we started attacking the internet, networking with people on Facebook and Instagram, Twitter. I would argue if you're not doing that, you don't want it bad enough.
Fact.
I tell kids all the time when they ask me, what do I do to do this? I say, if you're not eating, sleeping, breathing, drinking this shit, find something else to do.
If you're not a psychopath about this, then
if you have
it's not gonna work out.
Any regard for your own life.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah.
That's just so good. Those two are so good together. If you're not a psychopath, if you have any regard for your life, don't bother. Don't do it. Because you need to give up your life to do this. And that's in the best possible way. Like, you have to eat, drink, sleep. I say it about my career and the 30 years I've been doing what I do and love what I do. I've been blessed to have what I have and to be in the place that I am today. And I have had to eat, sleep, drink, and disregard a lot of fun and a lot of things I wanted for the sake of growing something. And that's what they're saying. You want to do this? You better sign your life away. And that doesn't mean don't have relationships and don't have fun but it means you have to blood, sweat, tears. You have to really grind through it. If you're not a psychopath, if you have any regard for your life, just don't bother. So good. Oh, video games. Sopranos.
Where are we?
We're in New Orleans. This is Gentilly, 7th Ward. This is the Hornet's Nest.
7th Ward.
AKA 7th Ward Studios.
Can you show me around a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. This is the studio. I used to live here for a little bit.
A Playboy
Good Luck
magazine
Ram, I
with
guess.
the Funyuns.
Good luck, Ram Sam.
This is the control room. In this room, Scrim and I made most of Stop Staring at the Shadows.
Stop staring.
Made a little bit of I Want to Die in New Orleans.
Wow.
Little bit, yeah. Mainly Stop Staring.
Pretty
I
much.
flew back in from Cali. You had just got this place
Yeah.
up and running as like a studio.
Yep.
And Into Those I Love.
And 2011 was made in here.
Let's take it, I'll be gone. Make it count, put the flash on. Never really felt like I belong, so I'll be on my way and I won't be long.
This is the vocal.
That's literally my favorite song. It makes me tear up. It's my favorite song of the show, A Grade A. Gosh, if nobody's been to Grade A, you need to go. It is my favorite and saddest moment of the show. Favorite because it's just my favorite song. The story inside that song, to me, embodies the two of them. The journey, what they've been through. Like, there's no, like, purpose. There's no reason we should be here. There's no reason in making it. There's so many reasons to give up. So many reasons to give up and so few to just hang on. But they hung in there, and it's a mantra story, and it's my saddest because it's the end. It's the last song of the show, and they just go away, and it's just, heartbreaking. But to think that song was created in here, I just love that, guys.
Never really felt like I belong, so I'll be on my way and I won't be long.
This is the vocal booth room. I don't think maybe one Suicide Boys verse was done in here as of now.
Yeah, this is new.
This is newer.
Yeah.
We got the vocal booth in there.
It's like a dang
I forget
chamber.
what verse I did. I want to say
Safe.
Didn't you do the Fast and Furious version?
Yes, I did. I did do that too. And I think like one or two tracks off Long-Term Effects of Suffering.
We just record right next to the computer. It must.
Fucking right. That's the way we've done it most of our career.
Right.
It's amazing.
And this is just a live room. But
This is
I do some
amazing.
Duck Boy demos. That used to be my bedroom back in the day.
His
We did
house,
all of
man, where he
NMJC in
stayed.
This house, which is an old music video, and we did
100 blunts.
100 blunts against this wall before I painted it. You got the
100
DVD.
blunts? Wasn't there 1,000 blunts? I didn't know it was 100 blunts. Was there 1,000 blunts, or was that the only song? Look at all the DVDs. Look at the Rubik's Cube.
Hundred blunts.
100 blunts against this wall before I painted it. You got the DVD collection right here. I used to work at a video rental store, Club Major Video. That's where I stole most of these.
Oh my gosh.
How old were you?
Ruby.
18.
Yeah.
18.
Ruby.
Yeah. That was the only job I ever had that wasn't at a restaurant. This house is like a shrine to Sopranos. You'll see some Sopranos art, some more Sopranos art on that side.
cool.
And I basically make the guys that work here do a Sopranos run-through count. Right now we're at 23. That's how many times the entirety of the show was
Wow, that's
played in this
incredible. The
house.
old fridge,
That's background shit.
the drapes on the window.
Kind of talked a little bit about how you guys got started, and I
Got the
want
Glock
to bring
there
us
with
a little
them.
bit more to the present day with what you're working on with G59. Why did you decide to go that route in founding your own record label?
We never wanted to be signed to someone else. For better or worse, it doesn't matter. Like, We wanted to be our own thing. And not only that, but develop it to where we can sign artists and we can bring the brand can bring something to the table to help push these artists and make these other artists bigger, do whatever we can to help make them bigger. From the jump, even when we're done and we hang it up, we want that to live on.
Do you guys consider yourselves to be like entrepreneurs as much as artists, or do you really feel like the art has to always come first and that second?
The art always has to come first. Like first and foremost, the art has to be not only presentable, but it has to have substance. It has to be packaged nicely, because I think that's the lifeblood of G59 is the music, is the everything that we do that's on a creative level. But I do think that we are to a certain extent also entrepreneurial, considering that, you know, we're running a few different businesses in one: merchandise, touring, the records, the music videos.
This is so true. You know, the art is what made you. It's who you are. And that's the craft, that's the genius of them. The entrepreneur is the business side of growing something and being able to profit from it. And I think that's great. You should be able, if you have a special gift at some special talent that could be marketed, great, that's awesome. But the art is the craft. That is who they are. And they, I mean, I'm sure have come from the bottom in terms of just doing themselves. I remember I used to do in my field, you know, I started, first client I ever had in my office for counseling was a couple. They paid me $10 to come in and see me. And I was so pumped. I was so excited. They paid me $10, a $10 bill. And the guy, the husband, almost walked out halfway through the session. And I was like, please don't leave. It's the worst thing a therapist could say. I was like, please don't leave, because I need you to stay. And inside I was like, otherwise I'm a failure as a therapist, because they were fighting and arguing. I'm trying to like balance. Long story short, he did stay. Long story short, it was a grind to make it. $10, I would take whatever I could for somebody to come in and do therapy, because it was practice for me. I was getting better. Slowly but surely, you bring therapists underneath you, you grow something. And the marketing piece, used to do my own trainings. We'd print up our own pamphlets. We'd sit in Office Max on a Friday night printing, Jill and I. We'd go to Sam's and buy Danish and donuts and, you know, go to training events to try to just drum up business. And then it grows and it grows. And they've got a monster here. Whew.
And we used to do everything. Like,
everything. Designing the album artwork, designing the merchandise.
Incredible.
Making the beats, which we still do. Making the
starting
videos.
From scratch.
Actually going to the post office and shipping out all the clothes that
merch.
were ordered.
Sitting there and typing up, because I didn't have, like, people can get the orders and print it. It's all, I didn't do none of that. Like, I had to type every single
I'd love to have an original scrim.
Go fill it myself.
Mailed.
Be at the post office.
Address.
From opening until after closing.
Not only that, booking our own shows.
Yeah, booking shows. You know? I mean, we did everything.
I think from the outside, fans...
Remember this idea of being humble and having some, I guess, some grounding in where you've come from, appreciation from starting at the bottom. There needs to be that in order to have super success. And you know that quote from Rick Warren, who said, leaders create more leaders and wannabes just create more followers, is so true. Leaders create more leaders. They want to grow people up. And they said the G59 and having the other artists, they want to grow people up underneath them. Wannabes just create more followers. They just want people to follow them because they're the best. They don't do that.
Really look at y'all's lives and your careers as like this really glamorous and cool thing, but they don't have to see all the mundane, like going to the post office type stuff.
I always tell people when they meet us, or like I'll get told like, man, my daughter's a really big fan of you. Like, it'd be crazy if she met. I was like, no, she'd be actually like really underwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not, I promise you should be underwhelmed, because other than business, we live, you know, I'd say pretty mundane, normal lives. Yeah, quiet lives. Yeah, for sure.
And this new album is coming out in August. So can you tell us a little bit about the new album, and if there's any tracks you really hope that people...
All of them.
All of them.
All of them. They don't put anything out they don't want people to hear.
And we started it off with a 4-minute intro, which is a first. I don't think there's not a lot of Suicide Boys songs that are past 3 minutes.
Sick.
It's sick. It's just us talking shit for 4 minutes. Kind of being like, fuck anybody that ever had anything bad to say about us and doubted us or cheered against us.
Yeah.
And then it sort of like takes you on this trip to where you think you're going in one direction, and then we completely reverse it on your ass.
Oh,
so
wow.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what the reception is going to be.
Oh,
to
my
me,
goodness.
our albums, any music we make, whether it's our album, Scream,
Love
Duck
this.
Boy, it's like, fuck a hit song. Like we're giving y'all our diaries.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Journals,
fuck it,
yeah.
like this is, here we are.
Standing in my crib like I ain't One more minute till the hour's done, I'll take my time.
How have y'all over the course of your career
God, so
worked
good.
to make sure that when you're using like Suicide Boys and talking about mental health problems that you've had and addiction issues, that you're not glorifying it, but you're just like being real about it?
I can only tell you my real experience. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to glorify it. I'm literally telling you.
It's like flexing our misery.
Yeah, what
You
is,
know, it was never like,
yeah.
hey, everybody, go do heroin. It's great. It was more like, this is what the fuck we do. I mean, we're still this way, I think, today, but we were very unapologetic. I didn't feel like we had to explain ourselves to anybody. And I think a lot of the glorifying of the drugs was sort of masked in that when it was more so like us
100%.
just opening up and talking about what was going on in our
Yeah.
life. But we like to like take what flexing normally would be and flip it on its head to where like we flex it, we're broke, we're flexing, we're on drugs, whatever.
I will say to add to that ever since I got sober, and this happened by accident, but ever since I got sober, you know, I gave that speech that we do at the end of the show. I gave it at the end of a festival.
Please understand that you always got me and Ruby with you. We understand, we get it. Y'all are forever our family. Y'all are forever our brothers and sisters.
I do feel a responsibility to say, hey, listen, this is where we were. Y'all have seen us at this point. This is what happened, and this is where we're at now. And if it can happen for us, it can happen for you too, so there's hope. That speech has become very important to us, to let them know they're not alone. And if we can do it, like they can do it too. And you don't have to live like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. When y'all came up,
I'm so proud of these guys. I'm proud of them. I see people in addiction and despair all the time in my job. And I cannot tell you the courage it takes to get well. I'm not kidding you. Like I said, if it was that easy, everybody'd be doing it. It is the hardest thing in life to get sober. It's the most difficult thing to say goodbye to your best friend, who is also your most toxic enemy when it comes to addiction. It is getting rid of the one thing that's held you together all those years. It's destructive. It's terrible. The addiction piece is terrible, but it is literally like giving up your best friend and saying, bye, I got to go, and I'm going to be all alone now. It's so horrible that it takes that much courage. And he says it at the end of the show, and if you've never seen it, you've got to go find it or go to a show and hear it. Two things: you've got to ask for help, and you've got to accept that help. It's one thing, a lot of people ask for help, but man, when it comes to accepting it, going to treatment, going to therapy, going to detox, whatever it is, it's so difficult to accept the help that's offered. And these guys, I think part of the masking they did way back, I didn't know way back then, I didn't know their music way back then until 2022, January, first time I heard a song, is it masked like it's fine, whatever, flexing, like he said. But the reality is, when you don't have hope, when you don't think there is help, when you don't think there is a solution for what you're going through, what you've been through, or what you're in right now, the only thing you can do to save face and to save pride is to say, F it. It doesn't matter anyway. My life doesn't matter. I'll throw it away. Screw it. Screw everybody. That's the only way to save face. And I want you to know that it takes a lot of courage to be able to say, that was wrong. I don't want people to go through what I did. I did it. Like I say about my life, and they may say about theirs, I wouldn't wish it on anybody, but I wouldn't change it for the world. And when you have a life like that and something you've been through that's been a real struggle, because you can't judge a book by its cover. You can look at them and think everything's great. The stuff they've been through is amazingly brutal, difficult, painful. It's a trap and it's a snare. And when you look at addiction, and like they said, sober is the key to all of this. When you look at addiction, they came through what a lot of people don't. I think in AA, the success rate, the last I saw, was like 7% success rate in AA, 12-step program. 93% don't make it. They go in and out, in and out, in and out, don't get better. It's that hard. but it is possible. That's what I want people to know. In treatment, it's possible. That's why I do what I do. And that's why they do save people. That's why they do give people hope. So the reality here is they've been through a lot, and I think they pretended for a long time, and I think they've woken up to, this isn't the way to do it. Like, the way we did it is not the way to do it. We're not saying, awesome, go use heroin. They're saying you don't have to do it that way. You can actually do it a different way. You can do it the way we're doing it now. The best way to learn is through other people's mistakes, not your own. So good.
There was a lot of activity on SoundCloud. There was a lot of activity in kind of this emo rap genre. Some of those people have not stood the test of time, but you guys have. And you're still growing, what, 10 years later? Yeah, something like that?
I think we're on 11 now.
11.
Wow. Yeah. So why do you think that
amazing.
is? Why have you outlasted the SoundCloud rap?
Short answer, quick answer, because we care. We care about the kids that listen to it. We care about
They really do.
making this be the best that it can be. And I think Scott and I learned a lesson early on, and that is, don't make it about yourself.
Right.
Because when we started doing that, it only separated us, and it only made us like
Ego.
not work as a team. Then it's like this giant ego thing about like, it's narcissistic.
It took the
is
words out
what
of
it
my
is.
mouth.
So I think Scott and I work together, and we're humble people. I think most of the time we're pretty humble, and being selective of the opportunities presented to
It's
us.
just supposed to be a way. They don't do interviews. Like, I know Ruby really doesn't do interviews, I don't think. But they really are humble people. When I have gotten I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to know Scrim, to talk to him, and then the chance to get to meet Ruby that one time I met him. And he was like, he's like, man, I watch your videos. I was so blown away that he was so nice. He's like, you want a picture? Let's do it. They are so humble. They're regular guys, which is why I think Scrim says, you're going to be underwhelmed. Not going to be underwhelmed. You're going to be overwhelmed. The reality is, though, they are relatable to anybody. And that's what's made them so successful. They are a part of the population.
And only doing it if our values aligned with it is
Gotta
sort of
get
what
ego out of the
maybe
way.
Had us
So good.
stand the test of time.
We had a power struggle for a long time. I think our blood bond kept us together. People that worked
100%.
with us kept us together. I was trying to blow the group up like every other week. I don't know if you were paying attention, but 2017, 2018, I was trying to blow this shit up. Today, the difference is, since getting sober, we've come to realize that what has happened is absolutely bigger than anyone.
not about us.
It's not about me. Fuck what I want. It's not about him. Fuck what he wants. Fuck what the managers want. Fuck what anyone wants. This thing is bigger than us because it's bigger than like music, really. We've done something to where people feel seen, they feel heard.
They feel like they belong.
They feel like they belong. There's people they relate to. They've seen us come out of the struggle, so they feel hope.
That's what it's all about.
I believe, it's
Hope.
my belief,
Hope.
that God, put us in this position to help people out. I hope that
Amen.
doesn't sound too egotistical or anything, but like,
Especially now more than ever.
yeah, I really believe like, we're here to help people.
Before I met up with you guys,
Some people use God, and God uses some people. He uses people in the weirdest way possible. I try to tell people that, whether you believe the story or not, to me, it's amazing with Jesus, just because when the story of Jesus, who had 12 disciples on earth, he didn't pick these awesome, talented, strong, intelligent, amazing people. Well, except for Matthew, super intelligent. He picked 12 like vagrants to follow him. He uses people, God uses people in the least likely of circumstances to change the world. Look at Paul in the Bible, who was Saul before and persecuted Christians everywhere and hated them, and then became the greatest follower and wrote most of the New Testament. I mean, come on. It's so good how they realize we get ego out of the way. It's not about us anymore. And they are so relatable, and they give people hope. And I do believe God's used them. And to me, I haven't known them that long, their music that long, but listen to their music. Just listen to the transformation of their music and the transformation of so many people who listen to their music, that maybe there is another way to do this life. Maybe there is another way to be with people. Maybe there's another way to focus on my own mental health and get myself better. And they're so grounded now compared to, I think, any time before.
was just kind of trying to make sure that I had seen everything and did all my research. And so I went on TikTok and I searched Suicide Boys on TikTok, and it popped up with a suicide prevention message and wouldn't let me find anything. Did you guys ever consider changing the name knowing that there were like some blocks and
We did recently, actually. I personally haven't talked to you about this, but I personally was like, yeah, fuck that. At the end of the day, we don't do this for followers. We don't do this to, I don't care what that number is. It could be 40 million, it could be fucking 40. I don't care. At the end of the day, it's not about us. I think fans would get upset if we changed our names.
It represents so much.
It represents our unwillingness to conform to like what's
the dark shit we came from to where we are now. I mean, I can tie so much.
It's a big part of our story.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
As much as we aren't in those days anymore, it's still there and it's always going to be there. It made us the men that we are today.
Who knows? Maybe somebody types that in and they need to see that message. When it pops up
That's
and they
it.
end up calling. That'd be great.
Let me just tell you this too. As a 56-year-old, middle class, whatever, white guy that just has not come from the inner city. And I mean, we were middle class as I grew up. I've never listened. I mean, I've listened to rap before, but never something like Suicide Boys. I was the guy who said, suicide, like, do not listen to that. That's terrible. I was the guy. I can admit it. You know why? Wasn't educated. And the reality is when I tell people today, as I wear this around and say, yeah, I really like this group in particular, and I talk to people about it who know me, at first they look at me like something's wrong with me. And over time, they start to see a different picture. That's what I want people to know. If they can get through to a guy like me, I don't ascribe, go back and look at my old videos, I don't ascribe to their old lyrics, their old way of living, but I understand it. I get it. Work with people all the time who are going through that. And if they were still living that way today, I'd probably have a different perspective. But I still care about these guys and love what they do because they are making their lives the best it can be. They're trying to make the most out of the life they have today. And Suicide Boys is their identity. And that story of wanting to end everything if they didn't make it is their identity. And the final chapter is, we made it because we didn't give up. We kept trying. And last of all, we got clean. Please remember that. Don't give up. Keep trying and get clean in whatever that way is in life. And I'm telling you, it leads you down the path of health and healing. Life's a series of choices over time. My wife says to our boys all the time, it's a series of choices over time. You don't end up in a terrible spot because of one choice. You don't end up in an amazing spot because of one choice. Series of choices. It's good. Church. That's so good.
It's
St. Maurice Catholic Church.
What is this next location that you're showing us?
We're in the 9th Ward right now.
This is
Ninth
where
Ward.
one of the spots I used to come and buy dope.
You guys shot a music video in here, right?
Yeah, I was about to tell you that. This
did,
is
yeah.
where
Not
we
Even
shot
Ghosts.
Not Even Ghosts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or This Empty. Kind of walked in for one of the
Here,
shots.
actually, yeah.
There
Right
it is.
here.
Remember that?
Kind of like we just did.
Oh, that was
Walked up to
fire.
the altar.
Love that.
And that's where we finished the video at up there.
Yep.
Also, this church is gorgeous.
Yeah.
And abandoned, I guess, which just kind of adds a cool...
That is a beautiful church. I wonder if I think they both grew up Catholic, right? New Orleans got a big Catholic community. It's a beautiful church. Remember that video, though? That was just fire. That was fire.
Yeah.
spooky quality to it all. I just have a few more questions for you guys before we take off. You guys had your first Hot 100 hit last year with Us Versus Them.
Did we?
Yeah.
Well, that's,
Yeah.
that's news to us. That's great.
Okay. It was number 96. And I'm wondering if chart achievements are something that matter to you guys.
Obviously not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. We don't take it for granted. Like, if it happens, that's great. But, you know, it's not what we're aiming for, and we're not really checking like that. But I mean, if it does happen, then yeah, absolutely. Like, we're grateful.
Are there any achievements that you guys haven't hit yet? You've had a lot of success over the last 11 years. Is there anything that's still on the bucket list?
I think it'd be cool to win a Grammy.
Oh,
you know, but
yes.
it's not something that like
They should.
banking on or something we're actively
They should.
trying to achieve. But bucket list, I don't want to reveal too much, but there's a certain type of album that me and Adi want to make. I'd really love to do that before we hang it up. Yeah, for me, it's more music based.
What type of album is this? Can we please hear? I want some scoop. I think there's certain things Scrim doesn't tell me because he's just gonna make it. They keep it low key so much, but he says there's a certain type of album we want to make before we hang it up. Guys, please don't hang it up yet. Yeah, see, that's selfish. Hang it up when you're ready. You should.
Want to make. I'd really love to do that before we hang it up. Yeah, for me, it's more music based. I just want to keep making.
I'm so good at that.
Bucket list is like save 100,000 souls before I leave this earth.
Yeah,
That's
that
bucket list.
too. Yeah.
Can you believe Ruby would say that? Yes, I can now. But what an amazing thing from a group called Suicide Boys to say as their mantra. We want to save, there's the title, 100,000 souls. 100,000 souls. What does that mean? I think it's kind of like the reaction I did to their video yesterday that I think they're just going to live Jesus. I don't think they're going to talk a lot about it. I think their example of who they are and how they live is going to save people. The music they create, the message they send, and the way they live is going to save people. Please know you can do the same thing. You can get there too. It's not complicated, but it is brutally hard. It's not a complicated formula, but it is brutally hard. Follow the example. And that's what I think Ruby's saying. I want to live, be, create, and spread the message so that it saves other people. And by the way, it's not going to save everybody. Everybody don't want to be saved. And that's okay. But he's like, I want to save somebody. If what I do on social media helps one person forget 100,000, I'm grateful because it's one person I maybe never met, that the only way I met is through a video I made on social media. And it helped them in their life or their marriage or their addiction or their struggle. And that's what I want, is just to be able to spread a message of hope and healing.
Save 100,000 souls before I leave this earth.
Yeah.
That's
100,000.
Yeah.
I love that. And so you guys have a new album coming out.
And by the way, there is a piece of them that has saved me from judgment, from ignoring what they've done. They've opened my eyes to so much in the music they've created, the community they have, people I've been able to meet who are the nicest people at a grade A concert I've ever seen. I cannot believe how nice everybody is. I have been a piece of that. One of 100,000. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for these two guys who didn't even know it, but they've made a difference in my life. And they made a difference in other people's lives because of making a difference in my life. I've been able to help other people because of me knowing them and what they do. So good.
I love that. And so you guys have a new album coming out, and then you're going right on tour.
Yep.
What are you most excited about this year?
Between Duck Boy, between Scrim with the solo drops, between working on this new SB album and that coming out, and all the videos we're about to do. Here's the thing with tour. I used to hate it. I'm a homebody.
Now I hate it.
Yeah.
He loves it.
I like being in my studio at my house. I don't go nowhere. But my wife reminded me when I was bitching one time that like this isn't gonna be forever. So don't take it for granted and like take it in. It really did change my outlook on it to where I look forward
That's
to
good.
it. But anytime me and him are consistently dropping music, like however
Keep
that
him humble.
looks, and we're working on something,
He's a happy camper.
yeah, I'm good.
Where do you guys see yourselves in 10, 20 years? Are you still doing the grade A tour? Are you chilling
shit.
back?
No way.
think?
If it were up to me, we would not do it for a long time if we were
I
going to.
think they're great creators. I don't think they can stop creating because I think it's what they do. It's who they are. But I love what Ruby, it sounds like what he's saying is we would not do it for a long time, like, and maybe come back. Because I think there's an element of taste. It gets tastier as you don't have it if they stopped for years of doing it. I don't mean they should. I want to go every year to their tour. But it's kind of a cool thing to think of what would they do 20 years from now.
doing it in 10 or 20 years, I would want to like not do it for 10 or 20 years and then come back or something.
I'm not knocking older people that do this, but I never wanted to be in a position to where me and him have to tour if we don't want to because we need money or we need this. But look, it's all, at the end of the day, it's up to God. You know, I just try to do what I can and I don't try to like, whatever he got planned, I'm with. But like Adi said, if it was up to me, I would like to see Grade A continue.
Yeah.
To where even when we're not on it,
it's still a thing.
It's still a thing.
That's so cool.
Honestly, 10, 20 years, taking my kid to the soccer game that he's playing.
10, 20 years, taking mine to
This warms my heart as a husband, as a father. For them to have vision, like these are guys who were set on not being around past 30, potentially. And they have dreams of their marriage, of their children, of a soccer game, of going to, you know, events that matter. And this is what I want people to know. Your relationship, your family, your children. I just love, and I want you to notice Ruby knocking his hands, you know, like this. That's not a typical Ruby flex. So I think there's an element of him, I know I'm reading body language here, but there's an element of him of excitement, of anticipation, of like, could that really be me? Like I'm literally saying this, like going to a soccer game with my own child. That there's just something in his energy that, you know, always tough, always cool. That's just a dad. He looked almost like a dad in the way that he was saying that. Like I say about my kids, I get to do this every day with my son, Nick. And I love my son, Tony, and to see him grow and develop and go see him perform and do things. There's nothing like being a dad. And there's nothing like being a husband to your best friend, a sweet Jill. But look at him. Look at the energy and who he is here.
Even when we're not on it,
it's still a thing.
It's still a thing that happens, you
Honestly,
know?
10, 20 years, taking my kid to the soccer game that he's playing.
10, 20 years, taking mine to baseball. If I'm being honest, I can't see my life without music. You know, hopefully I'm able to do it like Future or Kanye and still be an old motherfucker and still be cool and not fucking corny or anything like that. But
maybe make a country album.
Yeah.
Maybe make a
Who knows?
Is that a Glock or something in Scribb's pants there? Into the church? He's got something inside the pants there. Scribby. Oh, a country album. Man, they could make any kind of album as far as I'm concerned.
Thing like that, but
maybe make a country album.
Yeah.
Maybe make a Zydeco
Who knows,
album.
dude? I'll be grateful to be alive.
Yeah.
I really will.
Maybe like a ragtime album, you know?
Ruby just always thinking.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's a Billboard exclusive
Some like
right
Jelly
there.
Roll Morton.
It's going to be a ragtime
that kind of
album.
I don't
Thank
even
you
10
guys
years.
so much for spending 24 hours with us and showing us around New Orleans.
Yeah, no.
Thanks for putting up with the humidity and the crime and the murders and all that good stuff.
Yeah, no, we appreciate you guys coming and taking the time, and y'all have been cool.
Suicide Boys are much bigger than you think. I love that. This made my day. I've gotten to see things here I didn't even know, hadn't seen before, and hadn't heard. And so it's really cool to see it behind the scenes. But I am putting my name in the hat to be able to do an interview like this with them, just about relationships and mental health and emotional growth and where you've come from, where you are now, what message you want the world to hear, just from a whole different perspective instead of the glitz and the glamour. I would love one day to have a sit down and do that if I'm not completely overwhelmed. Scrim says you'd be underwhelmed. I think with both of these guys, you would be completely overwhelmed. I know I am every time I see them. They're just amazing people and an amazing group with an amazing message. Save 100,000 souls. Well, 99,999 guys, because I'm going to claim one of those spots. I just love this, love them. Remember, I said in Real Therapy, it's just me watching Suicide Boys. But if you want help, check the links in our description because you deserve that help. Leave your comments. Tell me what you think. What did I miss? And what is coming next? And what is that mystery album they're talking about? Mental health matters. Never forget it. We'll see you on the next Reaction Therapy.